on the way, maybe coming in from the flag, lands on top of Few for now, drops up to Toys Poissons, but again, no real initiation and no real commitment from the Burmese ghouls.
Have you seen the pattern just yet? Every single time that they go for a turtle, it's like, yeah, go take the turtle. I'm going to punish Rebo on the side lane. And this has been happening for many of these games. And now Baptiste managed to actually make a little bit of the move, but maybe is so bold on this move, but he catches Few instead. Order spins being popped up as they all get knocked up in the air. Wave of the Dragon will get a kill for Kaltizi.
RubyDD trying to get on top of it, but it's not looking too good. He gets hit by the execute coming in from maybe. Few manages to get on out of there. Now the Feather Airstrike does come down to Kitten, forcing a retreat, but he can't really do too much as he's just sitting down hoping he doesn't die. He knew he was going to die, so he just runs back, says emote, hello, hello, goes down over to Kaltizi.
Burmese schools, they got punished a bit. And now, that should be you, Contra, but BrenEsports, I was passing it to you, but BrenEsports, RubyDD is their next target. Yu Zhong here gets called out, but do they have enough damage?
Yeah, they do, and they managed to get that pick, and that's what they were looking for. Honestly, y'all had a moment there. Y'all made eye contact. I felt real uncomfortable there for a second.
Do you want to join?
No, please. I'd like to look at the game.
It's not just there in 3 ways anyway. So with that, BrenEsports now focusing on towards the turret. I'm thinking that this kid is going pretty huge, but here comes Lusty, flushing out maybe, but good news for BrenEsports, they finally get a turret right here, and the insurance policy that I mentioned in the form of Kaltizi actually working very well for them.
Yeah, it's going well, and you know, Ace, he's getting that push onto that mid lane here, but maybe he's trying to distract them as much as possible with the Toys Poissons. But Kaltizi, he's not really into the idea. Something is up, and RubyDD does come from the engage on towards that flanking through mid, but Few not all about it as well. Goes into that brilliance, but this is where the fight is going to get interesting. Rebo can decide to actually go in. This is it. Lusty looking for an opportunity to jump on it. RubyDD is trying to hold him up, but D into a sideways. They don't realize it. They're going to use the Feathered Airstrike, trying to check down Few, but Lusty is able to cancel it off. They pick him off. There goes Kid. There goes D. And now the entire backline is gone. Bren can start focusing on the front line. RubyDD is the next to fall. A double kill coming in from Baptiste. And maybe he just needs to sacrifice his life to allow Ace to live for the greater good.
What did I tell you? This is a great activation coming from BrenEsports, and they can't find the answers to Kaltizi at all.
This is just a back and forth between these two teams. And Ace almost getting called out, but there is going to be Kid trying to take down Carl.
Can they pull this off, though? I mean, okay, Flameshot coming out just to double-check the brush here, but I have to give it to BrenEsports. Leslie, he has been such a pivotal point for this team, literally with at least a 70% KPA kill participation in this entire game. It is just phenomenal how he keeps on trying to get on D.
Yeah, just looking at the current situation here, like, a lot of things have been expended in that sort of fight, and BrenEsports having 1 minute away from that Lord, it's definitely going to be huge if they can get something out of this mid lane. Blade of Despair already being purchased by Ace.
Oh, D, he's once again, he's going to really take it there. But now Few, he's on the run. He doesn't want to be a part of this no more. No, don't do it. He quickly goes into his brilliance here, but I don't think he's going to survive. With the help of Lusty, could he maybe turn this around? Oh, no.
Ruby.
Here comes the kill squad. It's going to be RubyDD chasing after Lusty here as maybe is trying to run Few down. If he doesn't take it finally using the execute, but here comes Ace. He's able to get that kill onto Lusty. It's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. Look at Baptiste. He's got the push onto top side.
Sword intent used, and they're just trying to go for the push. There is going to be minions onto the bottom side here on the side of BrenEsports, and they might just get the trade.
Yeah, and I definitely like this sort of trade, but Rebo has already arrived. Blood ult being popped up, trying to tank every single hit coming from the side of his goals. He gets popped, but here comes Kaltizi, though. He's trying to tear them apart, but maybe he's trying to run for it. Baptiste has just arrived, and hello, meet the Electo, and Kid coming in from the back as well. They tried to dance this one up. One last shot does it. It's a double kill for Kaltizi.
This is huge. Bren is gigantic here. I mean, you gotta give it to him. Brody was a problem, and I think everybody understands why.
TZ connection. This is the TZ brothers, and they do not want their dream to end here.
Ruby is coming right in to disrupt the flow, but here comes D. He gets popped up. This is looking pretty tough, but BrenEsports, they finally get the Lord, but here comes Rebo. He tries to hold on. Kaltizi, 12 minutes from dropping down. Maybe the last member standing in this Lord pit for Burmese goals.
Oh my goodness, this game.
It's a tug of
Back
war.
and forth, back and forth. This is a seesaw, a tug of war. Kid is there. He might go for Karn.
Oh, he goes in, Kid. He's looking for an opportunity. He can't seem to get it. The brilliance has popped up in time. Burmese goals. They go down. Kaltizi still alive. No executes available. Oh my goodness. They finally start pulling ahead.
My word. Just look at the items. I can't go into explain more, Butters. You gotta do this.
Okay, alright, let me do this. Now, Kid is planning to go for the Blade of Despair. I'm lost for words here. But the items are now out. Let's just go
Lusty.
here. Lusty goes in, catches this Farsa, and that is going to be the first line of defense down. And these are going to be turrets falling very low. Few in the middle of everything. He has a lot of lifesteal.
Yeah, the re-engagement from Burmese goals they are considering, but they realize no waves, no go. They don't have the members to pull this off, and not to mention, I mean, Flaptizi, they don't know exactly where he is. And once again, the inhibitors are under scrutiny here. And finally, they break the mid inhibitor. Few finally getting his Holy Crystal, and they want to push in for more.
This is the gameplay that we have been waiting for from the side of BrenEsports. Slow and steady does it, but look at Kid though. He's in the position right here. Ruby DD, he tries to buy a little bit more time, looking for the flank angles here. They're looking for the kill onwards maybe, and they do get it. But Kid, he gets popped out. This is big news for BrenEsports as they are now reaching right in. Flaptizi goes in to take them down, but Yuzong managed to stop what they are looking for right there. And both Lusty and Flaptizi, they bow out.
What a defense coming in from the Burmese ghouls here. That Oki Shadow Kill totaling to a 2.8k worth of damage.
Okay, what happened there was Burmese ghouls were starting their fights with the Farsa getting caught out. They used their base as an advantage. They let the Farsa start at a late part of the fight to use the feathered airstrike, and that really gave them the win for that.
Oh, and D already with a feathered airstrike chunking Few out to literally 1 HP, and this is why BrenEsports has been targeting him time and time again.
Yeah, you can definitely notice that this itself has been pretty much on a seesaw ride, and Flaptizi looking for that catch. And from the back, it's going to be Flaptizi that will be cutting right in, trying to connect that Electo onto its members, but it's going to be Kit here that is getting chased down. So how long can this Natalia go?
He just has to buy time. Kid is just looking to buy as much time as possible as the rest of the team is rotating towards the bottom side of the map. However, mid prior isn't there either, so regardless... Oh, Ace, he can't get...
We are the dragon in towards the middle, and you can see the Lunox have been tearing them apart. And there goes Renny D. He's getting chased by. Maybe it's retreating right now. This might just be the turf pick that they've been looking for, but look at how tanky he is. He's still diving over the backline. Flame Chop misses, but Lusty, he's making a way for a retreat. Flaptizi now tries to dive right back in towards the fight. Kaltizi, he tries to shred them, but
look at this card! 1v3!
Oh, he wants to take this all for himself. Ruby DD tries to go with the black tail, but he doesn't go. The Dragon Tail does not connect in time, and Flaptizi secures that kill. Oh boy, this fight. It's so close. It is so close. It comes down to a wire's edge, and we're seeing double ults coming out now.
That was a 1v3 Carl there. A pick off on him could have just ended the game, or could have given the next objective Lord to the side of Burmese schools, but he did not hesitate. He just went in.
Speaking of hesitations here, there should be no hesitations on this Lord. BrenEsports, if they get this hands on this, Burmese goals may not be able to come back anymore. Here comes Maybe though. Just try to get vision. Lord is now in favor of BrenEsports. All they have to do, go in for the reset, but Kid also trailing behind. They try to, of course, cause multiple bombs of threat, but how can Burmese goals stop this?
Burmese goals, they're just going to have to clear the waves. They have to play this smart. And Bren, they just did the recall, so this is a great opportunity because they slightly mistimed it. So they have about 3 seconds to pull this off. Lusty trying to catch onto maybe here. He gets away in the tracker, but look at that backline. Few gets chucked out quickly as Ace going on in with the initiation coming in from RubyDD. However, the Toys Poissons, just to trail it off, they should be able to take out the Lord as well as the side-empowered Wave Lord minions as well.
Last minute, the throw has already been bought from the side of Kaltizi. Now, they've already cleared out the Lord, so great execution coming from the side of Burmese Ghost, but look at all the minions marching right in from the lower side. Maybe tries to pull this off, and Order of Brilliance in return for the feathered airstrike. BrenEsports looking to tear up the turret, and here comes the last Hura, and BrenEsports looking to push it in towards Game 7, and Burmese Ghost have to defend this one. Platini goes in for the act, though, trying to cut off all these waves. The field gets down. Not looking all too good for BrenEsports right now. They are looking to turn this one around. Ace get kicked all the way towards the back. Lusty, Ripple, they're on the retreat. Same goes to Platini. Kaltizi still got full health, though. He's looking to turn this one. RubyDD, he just have to advance forward with this sort of up being up for contention. Definitely Kaltizi should be able to get this one as this goes on a slight reset, only for one exchange.
Oh my goodness, Bren unable to crack open the Burmese schools. They do profit a lot with those two inhibitors, but can they finish off this game already? They've got that lead. However, if one more fight occurs and the Burmese schools defend against them, oh no, Bren, Baptiste, he can't get caught out like this. The Courage Mask has already been popped here, but he wants to go for more. He's getting a bit greedy. He's going to get hit with the Electo, but now he's able to actually go for the eye for the eye. PG, they're stuck. They're out in the open. Kid, he's going to get on out of there. The rest of Bren, they're looking to cut them off. Ace, he's going to pull on through. Does he get hit by any CC? No, he doesn't. He goes into the Oki Shadow Kill for. Maybe he's going to get caught out. Ace manages to make it out. Now, in the backline, RubyDD trying to finish off Baptiste here. So close. Electo, final blow, makes it out. And this is going to be a free kill for Kaltizi as he takes out RubyDD, and the rest of the team is able to kind of peel them back 2-0 in favor of Bren.
Lusty, just the ever reliable Lusty, just getting the right moment to go for this. And he got the Winter Truncheon, but will it matter? Will it even matter?
No, it does not. Oki, Shadow Kill, go away. Kid, he calls it to the back line. He's trying to take out Few. Kid is the next to fall. The Brilliance, there it is. Bren, bring it to a Game 7.
And we are going the distance, ladies and gentlemen. This fight is not over.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not what we all deserve as die-hard, ever-loving MLBB esports fans? Ladies and gentlemen, BrenEsports able to dig deep, and despite 2 games in a row, surrender and concede the halfway point, they figured out this time. And as Butters so aptly put it, we're going into Game 7.
Yeah, and now the championship point is up for grabs for both of them. Oh, I just wonder, BrenEsports, they must have definitely had some tears of joy just finally breaking that tempo.
Sigh of relief. And now the question remains on my head. Is the Claude... should be the Claude banned out from the hands of Burmese Ghouls?
The draft by Bren, those 3 bans.
Those three bans.
That's the magical 3.
Because when Ace gets his hands on that, or D gets their hands on that Claude, magic happens for the side of Burmese Ghouls.
Guys, we gotta calm down. Remember, they were on the blue side here, which means the Burmese Ghouls will get to decide which side they want to end on for this final game. This is the upper bracket advantage that we've all been waiting to see. And honestly, bringing it all the way to Game 7, they must be really happy about this.
Yeah, and the viewers as well from both Myanmar and the Philippines. Right now, we're going to be throwing it over to LaFell and Wolf and try to break down what's been going on so far. 6 games in a row. Tell us.
Thank you very much. And yeah, 6 games and we're going to the 7. We're going all the way, all 7 games, best of 7. My name is LaFell. This is Wolf. We have a lot to talk about, especially Kaltizi. We have to look at his items a little bit later. But that is enough for me. Wolf, tell me what happened in that game.
The entirety of the playoff, I would say the Brody was banned.
Yes.
Automatically.
Yes.
And
Call TC just showed us why it was banned out. Now, in this particular case, Burmese Ghosts, they let it out, and then they kind of thought, oh, maybe we can run away with this Natalia. And in the vacuum, it kind of makes sense because the most OP heroes out there, your Yuzong, as well as the Brody, they do have counters. And at a certain point in time, Natalia used to be the answer to the Brody. But then again, Carl TC played it so well. Alright, so there were many times in this particular game where we can't even see him because somebody else is doing the clashes. There was a time where Carl TC was just farming and he went in for defensive items and he was not even fished out by Burmese Ghosts.
Yeah, I could not see Natalia at all. Get it? Anyways, we will look at itemization soon because that is where I really want to talk about a few things, especially Carl TC's items. But again, this is a best of 7. We're going all 7 games. And right now, we have seen a lot of things, especially in the draft, where we can see that the Claude has been banned, and that might be the key. It's not just the Diggy, but the Claude is as important as well. Right now, let's look at the itemization of the team and look at Brody. Look at Carl TC. Itemization, Immortality, Athena Shield, as well as Anti-Cuirass. At the end of the game, only did he get his Malefic Roar to do a little bit more damage. But the thing is, the entire game, he focused mostly on the defense. Because again, let's look at Burmese Ghosts. They have the Farsa, they have the Natalia, Yuzong, as well as the Hayabusa. All of them will go on to him. Now, Brody, he is a very special hero. His damage, his base kit does a lot of damage. He doesn't need, well, you know, of course, more damage is always good. But the thing is, as long as he can sustain in a team fight, as long as he doesn't get shut down by the Natalia, the Farsa, or the Yuzong, he will be able to help his team out. Now, let's look at Alice. Itemization, basically full on magic damage, as well as the Benedetta. Mostly defense, but he does have the Bloodless Axe. So in this kind of composition, BrenEsports, they just out-sustain everything from Burmese Ghouls.
And apart from the items that you just talked about, Burmese Ghouls also kind of hit a brick wall when they tried to go for this Natalia pick. In the grand scheme of things, I really favor teams that play the Natalia well, and I would say Burmese Ghouls played this well. In fact, they were leading when it comes to the kills in a way in the early stages, as well as some of the farm. But BrenEsports recuperated after Burmese Ghouls kept on making a lot of mistakes. But this is not something that you have to really fault Burmese Ghouls for, because BrenEsports, they are actually inviting Burmese Ghouls in many of those clashes so that they get baited in a position where they can punish. So many good performances from the members of Burmese Ghouls. Unfortunately, when they went in one after the other, the one-by-one audition that we have been talking about, that was when BrenEsports was able to capitalize. Carl TC, when he showed up, he was already massive.
Yeah, and right now we can look at the MVP with a 9-1-1-1. It is Brody with this tank Brody itemization again. Just to remind you guys, with the Beast Killer, Athena Shield, Immortality, and the Anti-Cuirass, and the final item, Malefic Roar, to make sure that he can get the kills on those tanky heroes as well as kill the turrets faster.
Okay, I want to tell the people a little bit of a story. When we were watching this match, I saw that Carl TC had like Immortality as his third item after the axe and the Athena Shield and the boots. And a clash happened, and I said, okay, he has Immortality. Where's the damage coming out from? And then he dealt the damage, which is so OP for Brody. I mean, and then he died. He was taken out, and then I thought, okay, this might be finally the stopper for Burmese Ghouls. But then again, he had Immortality, so it made a lot of sense in the end.
So here's the thing: I don't even think that Tank Brody is amazingly broken. I just feel like this is the situation when you are on the world stage.
Yeah,
you cannot,
that's right.
You cannot play standard.
Right.
You cannot play standard. You have to surprise your enemy. Who would have thought, like, wait, Brody, where's your blade of... Actually, where's any damage items? And that had probably caught him off guard. They were like, Brody. And then when they deal every single thing, it's like, wait, this Brody is not dying.
That's right. And so many control coming out from the side of BrenEsports came from the other members. And then they just stack it up all together. Again, take the fights that are advantageous to you. And I think that's what BrenEsports did. Every single fight in the mid to late game stages, they have won because they have peeled through the lineup of Burmese Ghouls. And unfortunately for Burmese Ghouls, their lineup is a little bit head on. It's a football lineup, as they always say. They want to run at the members of BrenEsports, and unfortunately, they were punished for it.
Yep, thank you very much. And right now, we will be going to a short break because we'll be going back to the final game.
Let's go!
My name is Lafel. This is Wolf. We're going to a break. See you guys in a bit.
Chivalry is dead. I will revive it. I've got a bullet with your name on it. Way in the desert.
Killing spree! Mega kill! Unstoppable monster kill!
Serve.
Download for free. Mobile Legends BangBang.
I was gonna say, what a fight, what a night. We are down to Game 7 for your M2 World Championship 2020 between BrenEsports and Burmese Ghouls. If you just joined us after your short break as well, thank you so much for coming back. I believe our friends over in the Philippines and Myanmar, they're on the edge of their seats. They are cheering. If you're neutral, if you're watching to learn for skills, you could suddenly find yourself so invested in this grand final. Before we have one final Discord session, we do want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors, partners, and supporters. Firstly, M2, proudly powered by Moonton, supported by the Singapore Tourism Board, #Passion Made Possible. Our friends over at Skolga for supporting esports talents and careers here in Singapore since 2008. IMDA and our partner brands, Secret Lab, SUTL, Toomey, Singtel, Cathay Cinema, MediaCorp, and official gaming gear Razer. I wonder if the Razer Black Shark V2 is still up for grabs. If it is, if you're on our Facebook page right now, leave a comment and tell us why you should be the one winning it. Without further ado, my co-host Lysander, and on the panel, a really excited Lafell, a really excited Ghost. What I say Ghost? I want to say Wolf. Yes.
We're in sudden death right now.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a ghost. It's sudden death. We're all basically at the maximum blood pressure possible.
I mean,
and yes, Lafell, what's up?
I mean, if he's a ghost, then we're maintaining maximum social distancing right now.
True.
I know.
Nothing further distance than the afterlife. But that game, all right, it's Game 7. Okay, first of all, big props to Moonton. You have made a game, an esport that had a best of 7 grand final, go to Game 7 2 years in a row. That is incredible. I gotta say props to the Moonton team.
Now,
props.
Not to sound cliche, but panelists, would you say it's anyone's game now?
Definitely. Because I only say that because I think that we have to throw momentum off the roof, because I think Burmese Girls showed so many strategies, and then BrenEsports kind of adjusted. They were trailing in game number 6, and then they won it after such a massive series of unfortunate events for Burmese Girls, right? So it is anybody's game, and I think that it's not the momentum that will decide it.
And the way that I'm going to answer this question is just by revealing what my name is right now. And my name right now is Lafell TZDD.
Lafell TZDD. All right.
That is fair. I think
fair.
I think all of us had different votes at the start, you know. But right now I've shifted the flags in the middle, the two teams competing, Philippines as well as Myanmar, one on each side.
There we go.
It is
there we go.
Basically down to this final game, and I think because it's gone to Game 7, I think we put all the allegiances aside. I'm sure the casters can agree as well.
Yeah.
Whoever takes this deserves this wholeheartedly. You know, it is champion material to make your way up to 7 games, have that stamina to stay intact and play on.
Yeah, and if I could quote Gideon, you know, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but basically he says, whoever wins this one, basically, undisputedly, at least for this entire year, say, I won it. You have to respect me. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's something Gideon would have said.
That looks like something that Gideon would have said.
It's something that Gideon would totally say.
I was just going to say, this is the power of esports. This is the power of Mobile Legends BangBang. This is the grand final of your M2 World Championship 2020. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it rare for games to go the full way, the full length?
I mean, it happened last year.
It happened last year, yes. We remember that one. What about you guys?
I want to say, in other esports titles that I am able to see, it's very rare that we get to Game 7.
Yeah.
Normally, a championship team will just dominate, right?
Yeah.
And then they will get the momentum, they will take it. But this particular series, it's very interesting because it went 2-0, and then 2-2, and then 3-2, and now it's 3-3. So it really is literally anybody's game.
I can't wait to see the memes in the comment section. It's been to and fro. At first, it was very Bren-sided because 2-0, and then Burmese Ghouls came in with the bus memes and everything, the train memes, and now I don't know what. I think now they're just gonna do this, lean back and watch.
Now, I'm sure you can't see this, but as the game is going on, Lysander, Lafell, Wolf, as well as myself, we are all invested in this game. I hear we are ready for the final match of your M2 World Championship. Take it away, casters, one final time.
Thank you very much, Joachim, and welcome back. This is the very final game here in the M2 Mobile Legends BangBang World Championship 2020. And I gotta say this before, of course, we spread our thanks as well. It definitely is a tradition to go into Game 7 now, year after year. And it has kept us all at the edge of a seat. And with that being said, special thanks to our sponsor, Secret Lab, the award-winning gaming seats engineered for long hours of comfort and sitting form. Available in the Secret Lab official stores in major e-commerces in Singapore, or visit secretlab.co.
Let's not forget to thank PvP Esports, our partner in esports, to turn your competitive gaming dreams into a reality. Where gaming lives, PvP Esports is Southeast Asia's one-stop platform for amateur and professional gamers alike.
That's right. And did you guys know that there's an official live screening event for the M2 in Singapore at Cathay Cineleisure Orchard? I wonder how those guys are doing, because this is the MVP, and you'll be able to catch all the M2 actions on the big cinema screens. What's more, you can also win attractive prizes and when you take part in the activities, as well as the lucky draw. And the MVP will be running the entire week, or has run for the entire week. Today is the final day, and you could have got your tickets earlier, and you can still get it right now at the Cathay Cineplex's website. You can also check out www.rsg.gg/MVP for more info. Shout out to all our MLBB committee everywhere in the world watching right now, and especially shout out to the communities here at Cathay Cinema, NUS, Sports Hub, and Bukit Merah Swimming Complex. You guys are absolutely great. And now, final showdown. It's the curtain call for either side of the teams here to lift that trophy.
We're not even minutes from the draft. Literally seconds. Literally seconds. Butters, what's going on in your head right now? You seem to be just so deep in thought. I hope you're still with us, because there's still one more game, man.
Yeah, there's still one more game now. I'm thinking about the drafting that's gonna go on for game number 7. BrenEsports is just gonna ban up the Claude depending on their side. The Diggy is there as well. Will the Burmese Ghouls still steal that backshot? Because the thing is, it didn't really work for them.
Honestly, at this point, it comes down to which side the Burmese Ghoul deem worthy of this last game that could give them the edge in the draft over BrenEsports. If it's blue side or red side, it really has been changing up within this best of 7 alone.
Now, 40 more seconds, and honestly, my brain just couldn't even get to the draft right now. I'm just looking at two sides, and they have definitely garnered more than just respect. A whole lot of love from all over the world that this too is definitely the best current teams at their peak, and only one could take that trophy home, unfortunately. So 10 more seconds from now, we will start to break down what champions are made of.
No doubt, no doubt. And here's the thing, man. We are broadcasters. We've been watching and covering these games, and if already we feel some fatigue, what more these players?
Yeah,
oh,
especially for the side of Bren.
Yeah.
Bren has been playing ever since 11 a.m.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
An absolute marathon.
It's been 12 hours already since they woke up, you know. Like, now, of course, this is the final match of the evening, wherever you guys are currently tuning in from. The M2 World Championship will draw to a close after this sort of pit takes. Of course, we've already seen a few things here. Esmeralda, ban. Matilda, ban. No Diggy, no Yishinshin. Boys, what are they going for in this match?
At this point in time, oh, sorry, go ahead,
Is it
Butters.
still going to be the Claude? Because that is it still going to be a Claude ban? Because the truth is, if you let it slide, Burmese Ghouls, that is an auto pick for the first phase of pickings. But if you think about it, if you give the Claude to Burmese Ghouls, then probably you can just get 2 power picks on your side and just try to adjust from there.
Well, let's see what it's going to be, because the Burmese Ghouls are going to be opted. Hey, guess what? Brody and Claude on the table, up for grabs for either side. So no matter what, the Burmese Ghouls have to choose one, and I'm feeling like they're going to lean more towards that Brody after that, after their previous game in Game 6, getting absolutely destroyed by the amount of scaling this particular hero has. And there we go. It's going to be the Boxia as well as the Claude.
At least they're getting the Claude coming in, so it's kind of like a trade-off in this sort of sense. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that Leo has to say about scalings coming in.
Yeah, no, Burmese Ghouls, they're getting it in spades. After the Brody, they get the Lunox. They're aiming for one more lock-in. And if I were to read BrenEsports' draft right, they have to focus on Lusty next before banning comes in. And right now, Burmese Ghouls, they field Lapu Lapu. It's been a while since we've seen Lapu Lapu.
I think they really are going to try and help this Lapu Lapu as much as they can if it does go in towards that Boxia lane. And I mean, it's only natural for Bren to say, hey, Lusty, you've been doing such a good job on this Cho. Take it again. As we move into the second part of the pick ban phase here, this is going to be pretty difficult because both sides are lacking in certain areas. Another offlaner is missing. Their junglers have been pretty much decided. The support's kind of still up in the air.
Yuzhong could be a ban here for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Like, you pick a Lapu Lapu. Yes, you would want to head up against a Yuzhong Lapu Lapu setup that's going to be 50-50. But if he does have the backshot on his side, that makes all the difference.
That's definitely something to ponder about. And, you know, there's still a few more bans to also consider about. Sylvana, past few games haven't been prioritized at all. So, do you think there's a possibility for that as well?
Yeah, Burmese Ghouls might, just because Lusty is on his choke.
Yeah, I would think that they could go just for like a full-on pick composition for the side of Bren, but I feel like it's more likely that Bren is going to ban. They banned out the Jawhead, so obviously the Sylvana is going to become close second here, because again, that's how the tier list goes when it comes to these supports, especially on tournament meta. Both ultimates super, super effective.
So now maybe is left hanging. Maybe is wondering, what am I going to play next? What other tanks or similar heroes can he play? And so far, Burmese Ghouls have seen success when they are put up against the wall like this. Last ban from the Ghouls is going to be Farsa. And BrenEsports have one more. Ooh, looking like a great side lane Aerith. It's Few who still does not have a hero here.
Yeah, and I think Few is kind of okay with this. He's got a plethora of options overall. I mean, they're not exactly the best, may not necessarily the most meta, but the Burmese Ghouls here, if they could limit him even more, because they've been trying to match him pretty much the entirety of the game. They've been matching BrenEsports in their draft. So if they can narrow down on what exactly Few wants to take and put him in an uncomfortable spot, they might be able to abuse.
Burmese Ghouls, they need a tank and a gold lane. Will they go for a double marksman? Double marksman is risky, but could be.
Oh boy.
The hard counter for the Aerith.
Boy.
What?
Wow. Wow.
At the last possible moment, Burmese Ghouls, they still have something up their sleeves to surprise us.
Hey, if you're going to win a championship,
you need to be unpredictable.
You
need to bring a king in.
And you got to be styling.
I mean, this is pretty interesting because it's working similarly to Diggy, where it's just going to shut down the mobility coming in from BrenEsports. They have a very clear escape mechanic with this, and BrenEsports, they have no way to really get in onto the fight except for Boxia, and he won't be able to get out. So tight corners, what used to be BrenEsports' favorite place in the world, now Burmese Ghouls will start to dominate here.
They do have an in. If they get it right, the diversion from the Luoyi, but it's so high risk, it's so high concept at this point.
Exactly. Tight, narrow jungle, nah, don't fight there, Bren.
Burmese Ghouls, if you look at it, if they don't finish the game early, the scaling is going to favor the side of the Philippines, BrenEsports.
Yeah, I honestly really like this Loyi. We haven't seen that Loyi in a while now. Now, paired with this Boxia, you can definitely go even more places that the Boxia could not reach. So with that being said, this is our very final game. It is best of 7 in the AM2 World Championship 2020. Who will be your champions right here? Pop it in the chat. And if you guys are in the cinema, make sure you scream it out loud. Is it Burmese Ghouls? Is it BrenEsports? Back in towards the land of dawn for our last match here. Casters, It's been a long day, but we need a champion at the end of the day.
We do need a champion. Burmese Schools, BrenEsports. One last game.
One last showdown to show who is going to be sitting up here on top. Bren on the red side, Burmese Ghouls on the blue. As they take this nice and slow, they don't go with the buff start and immediately look to clear the mid wave. And, you know, overall, as we were kind of talking about how the matchups are going to go, we can already see how the lane priorities have been given over to either side.
Again, RubyDD with the rogue off-meta pick, Grok. This is the lethal Grok in Game 7.
Ooh, it's risky, but we've seen it work before, and now the question really does come down to whether they get a catch onto Few. For now, it's looking pretty good, but Flapteezy going in pretty hard, but Kid, nobody having the execute at the end of the day, so they're not going to go for the dive.
Okay, so the Luyi pick on Few will just keep people from Burmese Ghouls, let's say, poked as much as possible. The damage will be consistent. So Burmese Ghouls, there might be times here when they are going to take objectives that they would just opt to go for that just because they don't have full HPs.
It's not even just about the full HP.
Yeah.
It really does come down to who is going to win this level 4, and it is leaning more towards the Burmese Ghouls, but under specific conditions here. Because BrenEsports, overall, you look at their composition, it's like, yeah, this makes sense. They go in, they take the fight, full team fight, plenty of AOE damage, lots of magic damage, got a pick, got a Lusty with that pick. It's almost perfect. But then you look at Burmese Ghouls, and you see that King's Calling, and you're like, ooh, that's kind of a problem, because if we count the number of mobility skills and spells coming out from Bren, that's at least 4 of them. Actually, that's at least 4 of them, yes.
Yep. So again, great read here by the Burmese Ghouls, playing the reactionary lineup despite being on blue side. The genius mind of Coach Panda here in action now. Turtle started here by Ace, and he's going to put a few beads on it. Again, Brody doing well for BrenEsports in game number 6, here game number 7. How the tables have turned now. The fight has begun inside the river. Order Brilliance now popped here by Kid. He wants out. That's 1 ult counted down for each side as the Puissance is in. For Flapteezy, they disengage.
Okay.
I mean, Kid can't switch over the Chaos Darkness anyway, so still he is going to be relevant in this turtle fight.
Games take longer, then that means it favors the side of Bren. Now, look at that magnet, the yin and the yang. Diversion is there.
Hold up, here we come. Bren, fakes it. They're going to continue the fight, though, up north. Few, first blood. Here comes D. He starts it strong. That's going to be a disengage, and now Bren is disincentivized for going into this first turtle take. Hold up, they still want more. That's going to be Kalteezy. Blazing Duet out of here, and yeah, it's a push and pull.
Yeah, it really is. And Few, unfortunately, making the mistake. He tried to fake it out with the rest of his team, especially with that fast rotation coming in from BrenEsports, and the rest of the team wants to get in. Now, Flapteezy, he jumps right on top of Kid. He drops out the Toys Poissons, as well as the Rejuvenate, in hopes that Lusty gets in time. He flickers on backwards, kicks back, Ace into the fight. The King's Calling is up, but the damage has been done. Luyi getting a double kill so early into this game. Oh, Few! He's so close to dying, doesn't get hit by the Nature's Bear, but he gets hit by the Wild Charge at the end of the day. RubyDD, the next to fall. Huge win for Bren.
And BrenEsports, they are finding the trades. Burmese Ghouls not backing down. And you could see a lot of things working to the side of BrenEsports there. The kick on Ace was perfect. That's just what they needed at that certain point in time.
The exact target. Now, quick item check before the 5-minute mark. That's already tough boots onto Lusty. Kalteezy picks up the Raptor Machete. D uses the ult to disengage. That's 2 chasing down onto him. And look down bottom. This is actually some pressure onto RubyDD. I think BrenEsports have had it with this surprisingly lethal Grok.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we see him hugging the turret.
I mean, they have to make sure that he doesn't get too far away here. Because, again, Grok with the power of nature, very annoying. Oh, he gets hit by a lot of bullies here, as well as the chrono finisher as well. But now they're trying to jump on top of Rebo. Oh, they almost catch him as well, forcing him to use the Purify. And the rest of Burmese Ghouls, they pull back. Big place. Ooh, Flapteezy, what happened? 1 HP?
I guess he was dueling with the 2 up top. And,
Lapulunox.
he calls it quits, yeah.
Lapulunox is just way too good.
Blazing Duet by Kalteezy. Yeah, down goes maybe. Kid can't answer back. Interesting entrance by BrenEsports. And right now, they're trying to go for this push, looking for a conversion. Ace puts a few beads, gonna be popping the torn apart memory from here on very soon now. Oh, nice wild charge here by Ruby DD, and they decimate BrenEsports from underneath their own tower. 3 for none. The ghouls are feeling it.
They are pouncing back. They're looking to really turn this into the brawl. And D, he knows that he has to throw himself under the fire. And Flapsy, he's going to be dropping. Oh, he gets peeled back.
Move.
It's a great pull, but he does force out the rejuvenate. And nobody can really deal with him thus far. Not enough damage. Can he get the Cyclone's Eye in time? He gets hit by the stun. Maybe steals the Cyclone's Eye, but Flapsy, he's like, nah, shield unity, and I'm rolling out.
Okay, this is one of the things that Burmese Ghouls is really good at. And Ruby DD, they've been going for a lot of these, what's the name of the ultimate of the Grok?
Wild Charge.
Wild Charge. This is for the longest time we haven't used Grok in the meta, and this is the first time that he was used. Wild Charge with the Flicker. They've been using that time and again, and it's almost always certain that he's gonna be very near onto those rocks and just knock up the enemy.
Yeah, that's what's so nice about Ruby DD's build here. Nice knock up here. Oh! What an alley-oop! Salmon Force from underneath. In comes maybe the King's Calling, keeping people down.
No way!
That's gonna be Lusty. Oh my God, the tag team is in effect. Now, that's going to be Few from the backline losing the kid. It's a duel. Mage on Mage action. And that's going to be the wipeout on 2 Few. Flapteezy still alive. That's going to be the Order Brilliance away for Kid. D takedown here by Flapteezy. That's a small consolation prize. 1 for 3.
Big wins all across the board for the Burmese Ghouls. They're very happy with this trade at the end of the day.
They should be holding on for BrenEsports Burmese Ghouls. This is going as the way they planned it. They get pickups, they get kills, they control the mid-game, they make the most out of Ace, mid-game spike. That's it.
Oh no! Kid gets caught in by Flapteezy, and here comes Ruby DD looking for a target. That's going to be a miss. A rotation in by Few, and this is BrenEsports pressuring the lane. So far, so good for the Burmese Ghouls. They're winning these fights, but just the same, BrenEsports are finding pickoffs where they can and pressuring the map. Look at this, a push by Rebo.
Yeah, they're literally, I mean, both sides are literally looking for those flanks, getting behind the tier 1 turrets and going for these heavy dives, but maybe that King's Calling is super effective against Rebo. Rebo has to be extra careful in that King's Calling. Purify ain't gonna save him.
Look at the Enchanted Talisman even being used here for Rebo, and that is quite unusual because a lot of the Harriet side laners are going for the Calamity Reaper and the Feather of Heaven.
Yeah, Flapteezy here senses something. Oh, nice pull by Maybe. That's going to be the Tortoise Poissons. And as well, I believe the Revitalize dropping here. But already 2 big ticket resources gone for BrenEsports. Well timed for the 30-second turtle coming up for Burmese Ghouls, the very last one.
They'll have their ultimates at the end of the day. And I think I did see Rebo actually purchasing the Calamity Reaper first. So don't worry about that. The Talisman, Enchanted Talisman came in a little bit later. Lusty, he's going to be looking for an opportunity to kind of, secure their position around the turtle, so they have first dibs for now. But Ruby DD says hello to Few, and Few now under a lot of scrutiny here. The King's Calling down right in the middle of the lane here. Nobody from the side of BrenEsports wants to walk forward, so it's going to be a free pick with no returns.
Maximum efficiency, that is the best use of King's Calling. You see how it fits the circle down the middle right so perfectly, and that's exactly what Maybe is doing here. But hold up, what's this? A nice trade for the turtle. BrenEsports lets it go. It's not coming in time.
But then again, you have to think about what they did there.
Here we go. Wild charge by Ruby DD. What a bait. That's got DD taking him down. And the life bars are dropping. Flapteezy shut down by Ace. And the fight continues. Where do they go? Salmon Force already expended here by Rebo. And that's both teams backing off. Lusty looking for more. And hold up. 10-7, 24K to 24K. This game is darn close, but the Burmese Ghouls are up by 1 turret.
Golden Staff is now up for Carl TZ, and you can see the trades. Ruby DD maybe is just playing the keep away game. He knows that if he stays alive, he can just keep on going for those pokes. Now, if you would look at the items, Lusty here with the Athena Shield. Rebo does have the Calamity Reaper with the Enchanted Talisman. Enchanted Talisman on Few as well. He's probably gonna go for something of a Ice Queen wand or a lightning truncheon, or probably a glowing wand as well.
Yeah, those are some pretty good shoutouts there, especially... Oh, wait, D, he's in a lot of trouble. He's going to die here. There's nothing much he can do. He's going to get run down, especially with the amount of movement speed that he has, and Flapteezy just to secure the kill with the shield unity. But now, rotation is going to be placed in the middle just so they can steal away the orange buff again. And then, unfortunately, Flapteezy is going to be, hey, I'm the carry now.
Oh, actually, that is the case, and now Kid gets caught in here. That's going to be quite a hit from the back line as RubyDD goes in with a wild charge. Maybe here, caught out Flapteezy inside the the purple pit, and that's going to be the back out. Oh, nice knock up, nice wave of the dragon, but they take out Flapteezy first. Lusty's still in here. Kalteezy, blazing duet. He's trying to get one. That's going to be Kid, and they back out. Oh, nice power, nice swing by RubyDD, but it's not enough. Double kill here for Kalteezy. 2 for 1.
And while that's happening, we have Rebo and Few going to the bottom lane.
Oh, Lord's up. Lord's up. It's free.
Lord's up, and they gatekeep the Burmese ghouls from walking up forward. They made sure they teleported right in front of the base, making sure that they're standing on towards the top right side, just in case if D wanted to get a little bit more physical with them. But now they have the River Crab under their side. Kalteezy is kind of huge in these situations, and as of right now, Ace, he's got the burst damage, but Kalteezy, he's got some strong AoE.
Remember, the last time that they picked the Claude, it was relying on Claude alone. The damage output came from him alone. Right now for BrenEsports, they have this insurance policy. They have Rebo and the Harith, and both of them will have to carry the damage of this team.
Not to mention, Few just purchased the Necklace of Durance, and that's going to be very, very helpful, especially against RubyDD as well as D. And let's see how this fight is. It's about to occur. They want to look for that big engagement.
Here we go, Lord at about a sixth of his health. That's going to be a reset. Flapteezy already pops here. The Poissons rolling out. And it seems like RubyDD is going to be the first target. Oh, he goes for the swing, goes for the wild charge, and misses. That's a nice free pickoff for BrenEsports. Nothing for Burmese Ghouls to take here. Hold up. They jump in. Nice pull out the Lusty. He goes down. Kid gets the kill, and they are going to be backing off 1 for 1. Blazing duet. Blazing duet by Kalteezy alongside his Alpha Force to keep them pinned down. That's going to be a double. Down goes Ace. Down goes maybe D as well. Kid is the only survivor in this onslaught. Ladies and gentlemen, BrenEsports have gone 4 for 1.
Let's go! BrenEsports, they see the King's Calling, it's gone. They run straight down and force the engagement onto the Burmese Ghouls, and now will profit the Lord as well as a mid-tier. Oh my goodness, they should be able to get this. No, can they get this? Yes, they've got the inhibitor as well.
The King's Calling really worked their way, but look at Kalteezy trying to go for Kid. He takes down Kid.
No.
Kid just falls right in front of his base, and so far BrenEsports are not acknowledging any of Burmese Ghouls' efforts to protect themselves. So far, I think the Burmese Ghouls, they are trying here to just bait BrenEsports. Again, nice pulls by maybe so far, but I think BrenEsports knows that as soon as the pull happens, they leave who's gonna die and then just disengage and then come back around. This is the whole rope-a-dope Burmese Ghouls have been using all series long.
And not to mention that this is the first time we're actually seeing the Burmese Ghouls starting to really sweat against Bren. They're making some really unnatural mistakes, like similar to Game 1, but with Lord marching on through, they can't afford to lose their members. They have to break this Lord, and they have to be able to protect themselves. But Bren, they want to force the situation. They're going to be starting with the inhibitor down on bot side. Few taking a little bit of damage, but D wants to go even a little bit further. He's trying to get on Few. He's trying to execute Few, but instead he gets kicked on backwards. Flapteezy now trapped all by himself in the King's Calling. Rebo gets pulled on in. He's trying to get on out of there. Maybe flickers forward, but now this is where they turn the tide here. BrenEsports, they're looking
my goodness!
This is it!
Kid is the only one left. Can he defend? Ladies and gentlemen, BrenEsports are your M2 champions!
From the lower bracket, they crawled out. BrenEsports are your M2 world champions!
With one perfect team fight, this is it. We're going to pass it to our host to celebrate our winners itself. And, well, this will be the end of our match, but now it's time for BrenEsports to go and claim what is rightfully theirs. The pro itself. Thank you so much from the caster's desk. This is us signing off.
Thank you very much, Butters, Gideon Q, Leo, as well as Contra, Lysander. Can you hear them screaming?
What an incredible series, an incredible M2. They are going to be looking back in the history books at M2, the closest best of 7 you have ever seen in Mobile Legends history.
Now, I'm pretty sure all over in the Philippines, they are screaming, Brang La Malakas! Congratulations, people!
Congratulations, Philippines!
Wow! All right, let us catch our breaths for a while now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching us, this is not the end. We'll come back in maybe say half an hour with the live media interview with our champion team, BrenEsports. But of course, we do want to say a big thank you and congratulations as well
To Burmese Gold.
to Burmese Goals. Thank you so much. Well done.
Very, very good final they put up for us. A 2-0 lead from Bren, and then coming back to equalize at a Game 7.
Yeah.
Incredible game from both sides. A big round of applause at home for those two teams.
You know, I almost want to say this, it might sound cliche, but I can hear the screams coming in from the Philippines right now. I'm just looking at our casters desk, everybody's so happy. Wolf is on his laptop, updating on Facebook right now on the results that just happened. In just a while, we'll be presenting the awards to our champion team. But of course, the Burmese Ghouls, thank you so much. Please make your way off stage. We will see you in a while. Second place, though. Big round of applause, please, to
Big
people
round
in the
of
studio.
applause.
Second place. Second place. Make your way down on stage.